The Maniac's Rampage. Chapter 1. The Rival. Once upon a time there was a small town nestled in the heart of a dense forest. The townsfolk lived peaceful lives, never venturing too far from the safety of their homes. But one day a maniac arrived in the town, causing chaos and destruction wherever he went. Chapter 2. Chaos Unleashed. The maniac was a tall, thin man with wild hair and piercing blue eyes. He wore tattered clothes and carried a large machete in his hand. His arrival was sudden and unexpected, and soon the town was plunged into a state of fear and confusion. The maniac began his rampage by breaking into homes, and stealing anything he could find. He smashed windows, overturned furniture, and left a trail of destruction in his wake. The townsfolk were terrified and locked themselves inside their homes, praying that the maniac wouldn't come for them next. But the maniac wasn't content with just stealing from the townsfolk. He began to attack people on the streets, swinging his machete wildly and laughing maniacally as he did so. He seemed to enjoy the fear and panic he caused, and he reveled in the chaos he created. Chapter 3. The Sheriff's Plan. The town sheriff knew he had to act quickly to stop the maniac before he caused any more harm. He organized a posse of brave men and women, armed with guns and pitchforks, and set out to capture the maniac. Chapter 4. The Hunt Begins. The posse tracked the maniac to the edge of the forest, where he was hiding in a small cave. They surrounded the cave, and the sheriff called out to the maniac, demanding that he surrender. But the maniac refused to give up without a fight. He emerged from the cave, brandishing his machete, and charged at the posse with a blood-curdling scream. The posse fired their guns, but the maniac was too fast and too unpredictable. Chapter 5. Capturing the Maniac. In the end, it was the sheriff himself who managed to subdue the maniac. He tackled him to the ground and disarmed him, then called for backup to take him into custody. Chapter 6. The Aftermath. The maniac was eventually tried and convicted of his crimes, and he spent the rest of his life in prison. The town slowly recovered from the trauma of the maniac's rampage, but they never forgot the terror he had caused. To this day, the story of the maniac is told as a cautionary tale to children, warning them of the dangers of wandering too far into the forest. The End.